Welcome back to Studio One Vintage Guitars, New Zealand's home of vintage guitars. We have a very special guest with us today. We have an electric guitar, which we don't see often on the channel. We're starting to bring them into our content. We have a 12-string Maton here. This is called an MS500. For you out there in America, you might be kind of catching on to the Australian brand Maton. If you're aware of Tommy Emmanuel, you'll know that he plays Matons, and it seems to be in the last kind of 5 to 8 years Maton's been moving into the American market, so you guys are kind of more familiar with them. Here in New Zealand, we're very familiar with Maton. I would say if you think of an acoustic guitar, at least in the last 20 years, you'd probably be thinking of a Maton guitar. My first steel string was a 200 series. Being just over the pond in Australia, very available here. So we're very used to them. This is from 2004. They don't make them anymore. This is a very cool instrument. It's a semi-hollow 12-string that has humbucker, single coil, coil tapping. It's a 25.5 scale length, so it's a little bit longer than your standard electric guitars. But being a 12-string, you know, you're kind of in that Dan Electro, what's the other guy, Rickenbacker, you're kind of in that world of 12-string electrics. Just talking about the 12-string electric compared to the 12-string acoustic. First of all, the thing about a 12-string guitar is it's really 6 strings, and there are 2 courses per string. Course means string. So there's 2 strings per, course. So the idea is we have your standard thick 6-string, but then you have a octave up and a thin wire. So the same deal on the A string. You have a low, and then same on D. And on the G you have the same thing as well. So you have, and then the top 2 strings are the same. So both the same gauge, octave, 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 octave. So you get this beautiful sound with the 12 string, you get this whirl. Now we'll go over the pickup system. Oh, I should also say a semi-hollow body, so that makes it very cool, kind of like the Telecaster thin line. So we have 3 pickup selector plus coil tapping. So we have the bridge uncoil tapped is called the hi-fi sound. So and I should say the pickups here as well, is we have a humbucker here and a single coil here, which can coil tap. So right now that, and then click the coil tap, you get a lot more volume. And then you have the same, when you hit the midway, you get both pickups and you can have them uncoil tap. And then when you switch to the neck pickup, which is a single coil, you're just no coil tapping. So I'm going to play just some kind of blues stuff on this, we'll just see. So right now I'm in the neck pickup. And we'll go to the middle, so both pickups in the middle, uncoil tap. And then these guitars have been used by Tommy Emmanuel. He's used all the Matons. We also have Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age has used these guitars. And George Harrison used one apparently as well, which was quite cool. In Australia, they use Queensland Maple for a lot of their wood in the Maton guitars. So this is Queensland Maple back so your kind of block as well as your neck, and then we have a rock maple cap on top. So you know, you could say it's two types of maple. So you got a beautiful flame. What can I play you? Let's go into the mid section. We're in coil tap. Do a little bit of finger picking for you. So if you're in the electric world and you're looking for the 12-string sound, this is a great choice. As I said, they don't make these anymore, so we're very happy to own this guitar and have it in shop. If you want to come check it out, please do. Yeah, I remember back in the day, you know, Maton was everywhere and you see them all the time, and you see these, and I think back then they were very retro, but nowadays it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it kind of fits right in. I think back then it was kind of pushing the envelope. Oh, I should also say, it has a bolt-on neck, so that's great for a 12-string. You know, sometimes over time they need to be reset, so that makes it very easy. Talking about Maton just a little bit more, Maton's an Australian guitar company. They kind of serviced New Zealand and Australia for the longest time. They really had market share. I mean, it's now Martin is starting to kind of move in, but Maton's well suited to our environment. Being Queensland Maple, they kind of come up in a more humid, rich environment. So I found when I took my Maton to America, and I was living in Wisconsin, so not the greatest place for something that needs humidity, it really struggled. But I know down south in America, and also I think out on the west coast, not the dry areas, but the damper areas, they go really well. They just had to be humidified properly. They're used to an Australian desert climate almost. Well, a subtropical climate almost, so yeah. But yeah, very wonderful guitar. Yeah, it's great to play a electric 12-string. I always play normal acoustic ones, and just having the difference in strings is great. So I'll just kind of rock through a couple of songs that I play usually to see how different it sounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the neck. We're in the humbucker setting. That just cut everyone's ears in half. Then we'll just try that neck pickup, so no coil tapping. You can't quite hear the 12-string there. What else can we play? How does it sound? Ah. Santeria for you. I don't practice no Santeria. Oh, let's just try it. Bear with me, everyone. Here's my song. Well, not my song. It's a universal song. We all know it. We all love it. Tuning. Going down to Dagad. How's that? About to fall off your chair. All right. So much seasick in there. Yeah. The cool thing about when you do that, if Per Benzuzan does this, he's a great Dagab player, if you bend the neck going into the chord, you kind of get this like almost kind of false volume swell, so you can. Yeah, anyway. Fingerstyle stuff. So yeah, once again, the MS500 from Maton. Come and get it while it's hot. It's a 2004 and they don't make these anymore, so we're very cool to see these. If you want to inquire about this, just get in touch. You can come down and check it out. If you're in America and you want one of these, we do ship internationally. I know some of you Americans will want to get your hands on a 12-string Maton. So yeah, we'll leave it there. My name is Nick Brightwell. Thanks so much for watching. Josh Thomas behind the camera, doing the camera stuff. Ed Costello, our general manager, doing the microphone stuff. Always a great time. We'll see you next time. Have a good time. Cheers.